Picasso being such a big figure and particularly Picasso.
I felt relieved because I stopped being afraid of what was going to happen.
Give the cat a little more Bambi-like eyelashes.
Said all people are the same, and that you wanted to be a machine in your painting. Is that true?
Is it true, Bridget?
Two.
Plato. The real artist must be interested in realities, not in imitations. Ouspensky. An art which does not reveal mysteries, which does not lead to the sphere of the unknown, which does not yield new knowledge, is a parody of art.
I'd read somewhere that you wrote Blowing in the Wind in 10 minutes. Is that right?
Probably.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
It came from, it was like, right out of that wellspring of creativity, I would think, you know.
You ever look at music that you've written and look back at it and say, whoa, that surprised me?
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I don't know how I got to write those songs.
What do you mean you don't know how?
Well, those early songs were like almost magically written. Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the silver spoon, a handmade blade, a child's balloon.
Eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you knew too soon. There is no sense in trying. Plays the hollow horn, plays wasted words, proves to warn that he not busy being born is busy dying.
Krishnamurti was a philosopher in the mid-1900s. He said, "A mind that is clouded by knowledge, burdened with information, is incapable of discovery." Creation is eternally new. Newness is what artists are trying to discover. Therefore, they indulge in all kinds of absurdities. But still, few come to the point where the mind is absolutely silent, the silence out of which issues this movement which is newness, and always timeless. John Cage was a sound musician, a sound artist, who worked with sounds like a painter works with color and form. He said, "When you start working, everybody and everything is your studio. The past, your friends, enemies, the art world, and above all, your own ideas. All are there, but as you continue working, they all start leaving, one by one, and you are left alone, completely alone. Then if you're lucky, even you leave."
Mr. Pollock, isn't it true that your method of painting, your technique, is important and interesting only because of what you accomplish by it?
I hope so. Naturally, the result is the thing, and it doesn't make much difference how the paint is put on, as long as something's being said. I usually paint on the floor. I enjoy working on a large canvas. I feel more at home, more at ease in a big area. Sometimes I use a brush, but often prefer using a stick. I like to use a dripping, fluid paint. I want to express my feelings rather than illustrate them. When I am painting, I have a general notion as to what I am about. There is no accident, just as there is no beginning and no end. But I have no fear of changes, of destroying the image. Because a painting has a life of its own, I try to let it live.
Alex Katz was an artist who became popular in the mid to late 1900s. His approach was a very simplified and stylized form of realism, which had a strong sense of two-dimensional abstract design. Alex Katz. You usually want to get something out of a painting other than the ideas that you had in your head. Claude Monet was born in Paris in 1840. He went on to become one of the most important forces in art in the history of art. He was an innovator who broke with the traditions of the past and created a whole new way to make paintings. It was through Monet's efforts and inspiration that the incredible artistic movement known as Impressionism began. He said that artists should use their own eyes and not see through the eyes of another. He said, "The more I work, the more I understand how much work is necessary to succeed at rendering what it is I want to render." He said, "For me, a landscape does not exist in its own right, since its appearance changes at every moment. Its surroundings, the air, the light, bring it to life. For me, it's the surrounding atmosphere which gives the objects their value. I want to paint the air. I paint what I experience. I seek to fix sensations." I think being creative involves being vital and present and alive in the culture you live in the world. To live off the past, to copy old styles, to me is not very interesting, and you're basically living off the creativity and strength of those older artists. Art that copies is just craft. Art has to be more than just craft. Wassily Kandinsky, an artist who painted in the early 1900s, is one of the giants in the history of art. Kandinsky. Every work of art is the child of its time. Often it is the mother of our emotions. Thus, every period of culture produces its own art, which can never be repeated. Any attempt to give new life to the artistic principles of the past can at best only result in a work of art that resembles a stillborn child. Kandinsky said, "There is no must in art. Art is free." The idea of composition moved me spiritually, and I made it my aim in life. It affected me like a prayer and filled me with awe. You have to trust your feelings. You have to trust your ideas. Originality is essential. We have to travel on the wings of beauty, on the wings of poetry. We should never let doctrine and theory outstrip the heart. Picasso said, "Learn the rules like a pro, so you can break them like an artist." He said, "The artist is a receptacle for emotions that come from all over the place. From the sky, from the earth, from a scrap of paper, from a spider's web.